Hey, am I on? Hey, checking, testing, man. Testing. Let me explain here about my take on AEW. Let's see here. On AEW Dynamite. The title Tuesday Dynamite. Hold on. Put some bass on my shit. Put some bass on my shit. All right, let's go talk about what happened on AEW title Tuesday Dynamite taping. The AEW Dynamite taping last night. I explained some shit about what happened, you know, that everyone else knew of. There's some shit going on with the episode. Before the show ended, during Jon Moxley's promo that he's gonna cut on MJF, Maxwell, Jacob Friedman. Then there's some crowd noise that came from the fucking Guardians and Yankees game. That was from yesterday night. They put the fucking feed right into the headsets and the microphones. How stupid is Turner Network trying to do by putting the fucking crowd noise into the mics? For AEW Dynamite in Ohio. Okay, but so I'll tell you about this shit. They're like sausage biscuit sliders. Mm. Mm. That's what I'm eating now. The only thing I start the show, they had this. They had the shit. They had the match with else for 21. They had matches. They had Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends. Uh, they try to do part 2 of the fucking tournament shit. They try to do a tournament rematch. That was between they doing a rematch. That was between the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy versus Death Triangle, the Bastard Pack, Pentel Zero Miedo, and Ray Phoenix. They're trying to pick up from what the fuck just happened at on the Rampage taping. They picked it up on. They try to pick up on what really happened on the Rampage taping. I did not even know why they picked it up, but some people just do not want to listen to that shit. Hold on. They just want to do a rematch that was from the Rampage taping. During the match, Pac, who had to be Benjamin Satterley, this motherfucker went and picked up a goddamn bell hammer. Ray Phoenix stopped him on that. Ray Phoenix stopped him from doing something stupid with that fucking ring bell hammer. You know? So Phoenix had grabbed the hammer from Pac and put it right back at the table where that ring bell is at. That's a noble sport, and that's a noble job that Phoenix is doing, putting the ring bell hammer back where it belongs. And that's what he did a good job doing. He does not want the team to lose those belts. He does not want his team to lose as a result of disqualification. So it all happens. That Triangle retains the trios titles, and that's what they did. Now you got these fans holding a sign, holding "We want women's tag titles" or whatever. Tony Khan is not gonna make no women's tag team titles. That's WWE's thing. That's their shit. That's their fucking shit. That's their shit. That's WWE shit. I'm telling you, that don't belong to comprehend shit. That's WWE's doing. That's their shit. They don't want AEW does not want to take whatever WWE had on their playbook. They don't want to do that. AEW does not want to do that. They respect the WWE enough just then trying to grab the fucking page out of their playbook and try to come out with the same shit. They didn't want to do that shit. Ginger ale lemonade mix. Yeah. Other things I'll tell you about. Man. They have matches that came out. They have. Let me explain this. They have these things coming back and forth, right? They have Chris Jericho. I know he's from Winnipeg, but he wants to continue to desecrate the legacy of a 20-year-old professional wrestling company, of an over 20-year-old professional wrestling company that was known as Ring of Honor. He will stop at nothing to desecrate the lineage and the legacy. He will do anything to this. What else did Chris Jericho did? Chris Jericho, he wanted to do anything to desecrate the legacy and the lineage of Ring of Honor Wrestling by calling this thing a Ring of Jericho. That's his shtick. Why is it Ring of Jericho when he wants to go destroy and try to tarnish the legacy of Ring of Honor? Ian Riccaboni already talked this over with Taz on commentary. Him and Tony Schiavone. Excalibur. Chris Jericho has a match against Dalton Castle to defend that Ring of Honor World title against Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle got all 4 or 5 of his henchmen, and those including the Tate brothers. They're already gone from Ohio Valley Wrestling. The Tate brothers. Why the hell did they leave OBW? I don't fucking know. Let me explain this shit. Let me explain why that the Tate brothers are reuniting with Dalton Castle and 3 other guys. It's because of their departure from OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, okay? Their deals are already up with the company, so. Yeah. Their deals with the company was already dead. So what else can they possibly do? You got Chris Jericho in the ring with Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle is a strong individual. He was a strong individual. Dalton can just grab Chris Jericho and just slam him down. He's strong as hell. Yeah. And then it comes his boys trying to jump Donald Jacob Hager at ringside. Then you have Chris Jericho. Jericho defeats Castle. After Hager started beating up the Tate boys, the Tate brothers, and all three other guys. And after Jericho retained the fucking Ring of Honor title, now he wants to go after fucking Ian Riccaboni. They try to grab Ian Riccaboni from the fucking announce table. They try to hurt this. They try to put their hands on Ian Riccaboni. Ian Riccaboni's not a wrestler. He's a fucking commentator for Ring of Honor. Him and Caprice Coleman. They're both fucking commentators. They're about to go put their hands on poor Ian Riccaboni, who was sitting there at the announce desk with Tony Schiavone, Taz, and Excalibur. And the 2.0 tried to grab poor Ian Riccaboni. Then Jerry Lynn put a stop to Chris Jericho. Yeah. Chris Jericho was about to hit Ian Riccaboni with that Ring of Honor title. And trying to brand Ring of Honor in Riccaboni's face. Riccaboni, they let Riccaboni go, bro. Then Chris Jericho, he got into it with Jerry Lynn. He got into it with Jerry Lynn because Jerry Lynn was about to stop him from hitting Ian with the belt. Jerry Lynn, man, he was he's an ex-WCW wrestler and ECW wrestler and WWE wrestler. Okay. He's now working for not Ring of Honor. He's now working for AEW, and he already wanted to put a stop to Chris Jericho because he argued with Chris Jericho, man. He got into it with him. So Chris Jericho grabbed Jerry Lynn and just hit him with a pile driver. You have this shit. You had the Tony Storm Hikaru Shida match for the AEW Interim Women's World Title belt. Then you got the backstage shit. Then you had the backstage shit with Britt Baker and Rebel and Jamie Hayter. Then you have Jamie not Jamie Hayter. You have Jade Cargill with the baddies. They're going Nyla Rose hunting, bro. They're hunting down Nyla Rose. They hunted her down. They're about to hunt her down. She said she's gonna hijack the Rampage taping if Nyla Rose doesn't hand Jade back her TBS title. It could happen on AEW Rampage on Friday. I'll watch that shit on Friday. Right after SmackDown. After WWE SmackDown. On Fox. The AEW Rampage on TNT. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, Toni Storm versus Hikaru Shida for the AEW Interim Women's World Championship. It happens. Tony and Hikaru, they throw shots at each other and everything else, and then Tony retains that Interim Women's World title by defeating her best friend, Hikaru Shida. And all of a sudden, after that match, she gets jumped by Jamie Hayter and Rebel. They jumped poor Toni Storm after she had her match with Hikaru Shida. Here comes Britt Baker, DMD, coming out in a Steelers jersey. He had a Harris jersey on her back. Here comes Saraya Knight coming out there to get her hands on Britt Baker again. She wipes Baker. Knight wipes. I'll tell you about this. Knight wipes Baker out. Send her straight to the damn corner where the ring announcer was at. Send her right there. While Storm is getting jumped, while Storm is getting jumped by Hater and Rebel, here comes the returning Riho, who is returning. She came to the rescue. She rescued Toni Storm. After Saraya went back to the locker room, Riho came to Storm's rescue, even though she knows Toni very well. You got some of the originals saving one of their own, and that's what they did. You have this shit. You have this shit. You have interviews. You have interviews and everything. You have interviews. You have one with Swerving Out Glory and FTR. It could happen on Friday. So what else can they do to make it work? And then they got shit going on. Then you have Jon Moxley versus Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page. For the AEW World Championship. They'll throw a couple of shots at each other and everything. Adam comes out first. Sorry for spitting. Adam comes out first. Let me tell you about this. Hangman comes out first. He's waiting for Jon Moxley to come out second. He can't even wait for Jon to come out second. Hangman wants to fuck Jon Moxley up. Hangman wants to fuck Moxley up. Beat him up and bloody him very badly. Keep going for hours. Keep going for minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes with each other in the ring. They gotta go do it outside in front of the audience. They gotta go take that to the ring. It's underway. This is after the shit went down with William Regal and MJF. MJF interrupting William Regal's interview with Tony Schiavone. They had their last words to each other on the microphone. MJF started talking about how he get a tryout in WWE back in 2015 for some reason. Before that whole role that he played on NXT as a security guard, and Samoa Joe was coming out there, but Samoa Joe pushed him away. So there's one you can never do. The last words already finished. I think it was all over with between Friedman and Regal. Friedman and Regal, they both did with their last words already. That's time. MJF was supposed to be at the skybox. He wasn't even there. He was getting ready. He was getting ready to go downstairs. I feel it's at the HBC Arena in Cincinnati, Ohio. Goes right downstairs. And he's waiting for Mox to call him out. After the match he had with Page, he beat Page to retain that AEW World Title. Moxley, Jon Moxley called out MJF, and MJF comes out. This is after all the shit went down with the crowd noise. They got the crowd noise that came from the Guardians Yankees game, blasted right through the headsets and the microphones. It blasted right through the motherfucking microphone that Jon Moxley is speaking on. Live in his hometown. It goes back to when he was a teenager at the time. He used to be a security guard when he was a teenager. Now he works for AEW still, and he's still under contract. I remember he used to be a security guard when he was a teenager. He doesn't even have that job no more, so he's still a wrestler. But that part, MJF comes out with that big, large poker chip in his hand. So MJF had to hand that large poker chip to Lord Regal, and go on to the commentary desk and get the microphone so he can yell on it. He was ready to cash in that large poker chip that was from Double or Nothing. But he did not want to cash that chip in because he'll have to save it for Full Gear. You know, it was smart of him to not cash that poker chip in for an AEW World Title shot. That's smart of him. So he's doing so much by not cashing in that chip. He'll wait till Full Gear to go through that shit because he's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and he's better than everybody else, and they all know it. So fucking what? He's better than everybody else, and they all know it. Okay. But this is my take on what happened. I'm going to have to go on to something on. He push it out. He pushed this out of the way. Hold on for a minute. Let me go through the shit. All right, this is my take on whatever happened on last night's AEW Dynamite taping on TBS. And we're gonna go straight to the we're gonna go straight to JD let's go to JD's Twitch channel and find out. We'll go to JD's Twitch archives and find this shit out. Of course, I'm about to take off this headset and then we'll play this shit. Come on now. We'll go straight to the video.
One of the most frustrating things on WWE television was the sound of this.
Yep, there's the bleeps.
There's some bleeps, boys. Fire the shit.
Holy shit.
The holy
That's
shit.
what you heard on USA Network. Now, when you watch a wrestling show, you fall in love with the audience. The audience is the energy, right? The audience is one of the most important aspects of the entire show.
They put the
on
bleeps
top of
out.
what you see and how it's produced and how it's booked and what
why they censor that.
are watching on the show. Storylines, in-ring action, this and that. The fans are a huge aspect of what makes a show good or good to great. And on Monday Night Raw, we heard holy shit being censored.
Yeah.
We heard a lot of the
Yep. That happened
on
too.
Monday Night Raw. And I asked myself why.
That happened too.
I don't really understand this. This is an adult show. It's on at prime time and, 8 to 10 or 8 to 11 rather. And 3 hours. You should be able to get away with something like that on Monday night in prime time. On cable.
Why do you want to get away with that shit?
It's not even basic it's not even basic cable. It's fucking, it's cable TV.
Why would they get away with it though? On cable TV, why would they get away with this shit?
It takes away from the overall energy of the show. Now, look at what you saw on Monday night. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because when Gallows and Anderson came out, it was a tremendous return for them. They got a huge pop upon backing up AJ Styles against Judgment Day.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit chants rang down for Gallows and Anderson.
It
took away from the moment. Now, go back and watch the stream on Saturday night when Bray Wyatt walked through the door with the lantern and he had the mask on and he took the
banged the motherfuckers out like they banged them out like they were waiting for it.
Go back and watch that.
That was yellow banger after banger after banger after banger after banger.
It made the overall segment that much more epic. When you start listening to fucking holy shit chants on Monday night with the returns of Gallows and Anderson, and you hear
there bleeps everywhere, bleeps everywhere.
From the overall vibe of the show. Reason why WWE censored Monday Night Raw.
They censored it quick.
According to several reports. There was a report going back that WWE wanted the product.
That's why wrestling became soft and woke.
And this would begin on the July 18th, 2022 episode of Raw. There was an update on PW Insider on August 25th that plan for TV 14 had been abandoned by USA Network and WWE. Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio said this is due to WWE
back on the fucking TV 14
thing. Departure of Vince McMahon from the company.
Why are they turning back on the fucking TV 14 waiting
some more information about the original plans on Twitter in response to Wrestling Inc.'s tweet about the holy shit chants
why are they going to turn it back on
Monday
fucking
Night Raw? Zarian tweeted, and I
they
quote,
turning back on
this was
WWE
one of the
TV
reasons
14
behind
rating.
wanting to go TV 14. Wanting to change TV 14 partly because of profane chants makes sense for the company, as WWE is often forced to censor chants at inconvenient and distracting times. A good uncensored holy shit chant can add the epicness to a show, give the show ambiance, and give that show a fucking real, organic feel. And when you dumb that down and you take that away from the viewing audience at home, it's pathetic. And it's sad. And
that's why wrestling became soft and woke.
They did that on NXT as well. I mean, NXT was the breeding ground for holy shit chants when they were black and gold at Full Sail University. Now I watch NXT, and if there's something that does require a holy shit chant, which is very rare on Tuesday night because that show sucks,
that's soft and
they
woke.
bleep it out. They bleep it out. And that show could use all the help it could get, and you're going to take away from that show even on Tuesday night? That's a dumb fucking move. What is with the pussification of the world we live in? If I'm an advertiser, I'm going to say, hey, this is real life, this is what fans want, they're excited. That is just another form of showing their excitement. How many of these advertisers use the word shit in their everyday life? But we can't hear it from fans reacting to something on their show. It's ridiculous, it's lame, it's sad, and it's so fucking woke. Is that the right meaning for the word? I don't even meddle in this shit, man. It's so fucking lame. It's pathetic. It actually angers me. One of the best things about growing up being a wrestling fan is the ECW. You will never find crowds like that ever again. That was the pinnacle of what a wrestling crowd should be. Fans like that at the ECW arena during their pay-per-views. It's ridiculous. I love those chants. Those chants make the show. It takes the show from being good to great. The overall vibe of the audience, take that away.
Yeah, just bad.
Not a good look, man.
That's bad.
Not a good look.
Oh, we got more shit. Here goes Jimmy Smith calling wrestling fake. Let's go.
Jimmy Smith, let's shift things to WWE. Jimmy Smith, he takes issue with being a commentator in WWE. He's no longer there. I thought Kevin Patrick did a very piss-poor job on Monday Night Raw. Not really a good look by WWE to have Kevin Patrick there as play-by-play commentator, but you may have liked him. I didn't. I thought he sucked. Jimmy Smith's brief tenure with WWE came to an end earlier this week when he was let go as lead commentary, lead play-by-play, and WWE shook up the broadcast.
Yeah, it shook him up.
While Smith is grateful for his time in WWE, there's one thing he appears to be looking forward to again, and that is being a real commentator. Now, I don't understand what he really wanted to go out there and do with that sort of comment. I don't know how he thought people were going to look at him.
Yeah.
I mean, he thought that he was playing a commentator on television, and he wasn't really being a commentator.
Mm-hmm.
Smith said this, and I quote, "First off, let me explain that I wasn't a real commentator in WWE. I wasn't a commentator in WWE. I was not. I played a commentator on television."
Oh.
I don't even know how that makes sense.
That's an insult.
So what they do is not play-by-play commentary. So with Jimmy Smith
all
saying
wrestling
this,
fake.
before I even read the rest
of
of
the all wrestling fake.
He's angered a lot of people.
It's called wrestling
By
fake.
Jimmy Smith saying this,
He's worse than John Stossel,
threw
dog.
everybody that came before him, Jim
Jimmy
Ross, Jerry King
Smith
Lawler,
is worse than John
Monsoon,
Stossel, bro.
Vince McMahon, right?
Jimmy Smith is worse than
All
John
these
Stossel, bro.
greats, Bobby Heenan, all these greats. He threw every single one of them under the bus. I guess
Jimmy Smith is worse than Jimmy Smith was worse than John Stossel.
Color commentators in WWE. I guess
he's like a John Stossel. He's worse than John Stossel.
You were paid to play a
he called wrestling fake. He's worse than John Stossel.
I think that's
that guy. He's worse than John
Stossel. Who the
Stossel.
fuck this guy thinks he is, but
he fucking sucks.
It actually makes me look down on him as not only a professional but as a person to say something that ludicrous and that ridiculous. He played a commentator on television. He wasn't a real commentator because what WWE
Jimmy
does
Smith is the worst one at that.
Coming from an MMA background, they called real fights.
He called those.
I'm sorry,
he called
Jimmy
those in
Smith.
UFC. Go his ass back
You're
to fucking UFC. Or go
comment.
and get the job with Kim
Does
Soda.
anybody feel sorry for you?
Fuck you, Jimmy
Maybe
Smith.
you shouldn't
Go
have
and
opened your
get the
fucking
job
mouth.
with Kim Soda.
What a
I ain't on that motherfucking
fucking
Kim Soda
take.
shit.
An absolutely
Fuck Kim
shit
Soda.
take. And it's not an insult, he says. Yes, it is. I'm not saying it wasn't difficult or not. It was very difficult.
It's an insult.
You had Vince McMahon yelling in your fucking headset for the most of your run. But it's not like you're a character pretending to commentate fake fights. There he is. There he goes. He used the fucking word, man. He used the F word.
Fake.
Fake. You never use the word fake when talking about pro wrestling. But it's like you're a character pretending to commentate fake fights, he says. And I had a mailbag question about, man, you're always staring at the screen. I was like, yeah, because you're not supposed to acknowledge anything that's not on the screen. Anything the fans can't see, I don't see. Yeah, I see Finn Balor running into the ring with a chair. I'm not blind, but I'm not supposed to acknowledge it because they shoot around it until he hits Edge over the head with the chair.
They did a couple of times.
So I'm not supposed to see it until the audience sees it.
They did a couple of times.
Blinding myself literally.
What times
so I'm
he
like
did that
blinding
shit.
myself literally. I have blinders on. I just watched the stream. I'm not telling you what's really happening. I'm not telling you what you're not seeing, which is kind of the fun part of doing commentary. But it's having that in-depth analysis that you are not really able to do, or that vision that you're not really able to have in WWE.
Booker would put Jimmy on blast.
So
I don't know what happens.
With
Booker would put Jimmy on blast. I swear to God.
And commentating on drama, he has a problem with calling what he has to see on the screen instead of actually looking at what is happening in real time.
He had a problem with wrestling. That's
Jimmy
what he won.
Smith may be a dumb fucking idiot. one of the dumbest geeks in all of WWE for this day.
Here's what he's done for.
It is not your regular combat fight. It is a soap opera. It is a story-driven show. I'm sorry you didn't grasp that. Clearly you didn't. You didn't grasp anything. Your voice never fit with the fucking show since the first day I heard you.
You never grasped
I'm glad he's gone. Kevin Patrick is no better. WWE is at a very tough time of finding a true voice for Monday Night Raw, and I know not everybody can be Michael Cole, and I know not everybody can be a Mauro Ranallo, but Jesus fucking Christ, man. You've been gifted an opportunity to sit in that chair where some of the greats that are no longer even amongst us anymore sat, and you have the fucking balls to say what you said. Man, did anyone ever disrespect the fucking chair that he was in more than Jimmy Smith? Booker T took offense to this. And I know Booker T's got some shit fucking takes. I know he does. We've heard him. We've seen him. But I'm going to agree with him on this. And this may be the first W take from Booker T. He gave his thoughts on Jimmy Smith and his recent comments about his job within WWE. Jimmy Smith, says Booker T, has been making a few comments. So I definitely want to lean into this right here. I like Jimmy Smith. I thought he was a good dude. I thought he did a good job, especially picking it up and being able to go out there and deliver, being a guy who wasn't from the wrestling business. But when I see his comments after leaving WWE, it kind of just disturbs me as far as letting guys like a Jimmy Smith into our business ever again, because he came in to get paid to do a job, but then leaves the job and wants to disparage the job. That is beyond me. Jimmy Smith says he wasn't paid to be a commentator, that he was paid to play one on TV, which is true. But is that something you got to go out on your show and talk about? Is that something that people really need to know about? He wasn't paid to commentate fights. He was paid to commentate fake wrestling matches. You know, when I hear people talk like that after they've gotten paid from our business, I think you should never let a guy like Jimmy Smith in the wrestling business or anyone like him ever again in our business, because that's exactly what they think of us. They think we're a bunch of fake guys who were going out there just playing a game. I bet any kind of money, that check that he cashed and the dollars itself on the check were real. I bet you that. And that's the only thing that matters at the end of the day, is that you got paid well. Did they slight you on your money, Jimmy? Did anyone treat you differently or badly in any way like that? It just makes me wonder what kind of person you really are dealing with sometimes, because I always thought Jimmy Smith was a pretty cool guy. But to hear that kind of talk, like I said, it bothers me, because I love this business. I love what it's done for me and my family. I love to watch these young guys get a chance to go out there and fulfill their dream that they probably had since they were little bitty kids. And that dream wasn't to go out and be a fake wrestler or anything like that. That dream was to go out there and perform in front of the world, in front of the greatest fans that ever lived, the WWE Universe. So it pisses me off a little bit hearing stuff like that.
That hurts.
End quote.
That hurts feelings, too.
It's a W take by Booker T. I can't disagree with anything that he said. It's the first time in a while, man. First time in a while by Booker T.
Yeah. Let's go with this shit. Let's go back to that shit.
Oh, man. Fightful has posted. Let me see. We will see. Major heat on CM Punk from Media Scrum. Rumors of threatened walkouts.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's we're gonna cut it right here. We're gonna go into Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks in just a little bit. We got breaking news here, okay? Breaking news from Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful Select. CM Punk, obviously at the Scrum, has garnered major heat. Okay, we were talking about it. Everybody was watching it. You guys came in here telling us all about it all night. Fightful originally reported that the Punk Cabana news this year, and they've never spoken to Kenny Omega or the Young Bucks outside of interviews. The story emerged from talent frustrated and under the impression that Punk and Cabana's ill will towards each other will cost the well-liked Cabana a job that he was obviously enjoying. Tony Khan denied that was the reason this past week. Tony Khan said on Busted Open that Colt Cabana had nothing to do with the CM Punk news that broke earlier in the month. Cabana eventually got put on Ring of Honor duty. We're told at Fightful that Cabana had indicated to Tony Khan before Punk's original return that he'd likely not be happy working there if Punk was in the company. CM Punk garnered an incredible amount of heat for his comments at the AEW All Out post-show scrum. Punk ran down his history with Colt Cabana, targeted Adam Page, and EVPs, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Punk said Hangman Page went into business for himself and also compromised a huge AEW gate, and said the EVPs leaked info. Immediately after the scrum rant, Talent had informed Fightful that Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks were extremely pissed off, and one claimed that they were threatening to walk over the comments. Fightful Select but had heard prior that at least one of the Young Bucks had been in contact with Talent outside of AEW, indicating that many of the rumors heard about Punk and the frustration around him were true. We're told the Elite were scheduled for the scrum, but an adjustment was made. Around then, security went around the scrum area in a hurry. We haven't learned if that was related to this situation, but all of this information filtered in at the same time. We're obviously cognizant of a work in this type of situation, but Talent that were contacted were under the impression that the situation was that of a real one. One way or another, we'll work to learn details and try to confirm the heat between Punk and Cabana, as well as Punk towards Hangman Page, have long been real. Regardless of the situation, Fightful Select has already heard of several Talent that are very upset with his comments. We will also work to gain some stances from those who side with him on the matters. Tony Khan was at the media scrum throughout the entirety of this
mad about the
situation.
comment, bro. I can tell.
I don't know, bro.
You're mad about the comments now.
I don't know.
Big trouble for them.
Like me and you.
Big trouble for them comments.
Bro, if the EVPs are threatening to walk out, bro, that's a serious situation.
They're threatening to go away because of that shit.
Anytime we hear stories like this from credible sources like Sapp, Meltzer, Alvarez, all the above, it may not always be 100% right, but where there's smoke, there's fire usually applies to these. Yeah. Like some parts of this is probably true and it's usually the worst parts of it. But we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know why CM Punk would say all this shit with Tony Khan's. It's almost basically like he wants to leave, bro. He's basically telling everybody without actually saying, I don't like anybody here. Fuck this place. I want out.
We know how Punk is, man.
So why is he here?
Under a contract.
Bro, he knew what he was getting into when he signed with the company, bro. He knew Colt Cabana worked here.
That's a problem with them anyway. Shit, it's always
like you said, TK tried to get rid of Colt. His locker room.
Well, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Punk is, so Colt is still here.
He ain't gonna do that shit.
Get his way. Now he's throwing a tank.
You cannot do that shit.
Can't do that.
No, man, no.
Supposed to do that.
Fuck no.
Tony Khan would have buried himself in the fucking ground if he got rid of Colt Cabana, all because CM Punk said so. Who the fuck would want to work for him?
Yeah.
That's political bullshit there. That's political shit.
It's not looking good, man. Put it like this. This is one of those things where
it's all political shit. Every fucking way, it's all politics.
Even if it is
same old shit.
Work, it's just not.
It's always fucking politics everywhere.
For Tony Khan, one, because it looks like he's lost control of his locker room, and B, it looks like Punk is actually a locker room cancer that some of the talent's been alluding to, man.
Bro, if Tony Khan was a leader, if Tony Khan was the boss, he would have cut that fucking microphone off. Tony Khan has all the power in that fucking scrum to kick anybody out or cut anybody's microphone. He just let him talk.
He was going to
talk. You didn't cut this man's microphone?
He was going to talk.
He might have been thinking, let's let him get finished, and when we get done with the scrum, I'll put this fire out. As opposed to like jumping up, ending it, and running out, and then that being the headline.
What fire, bro? You got one fire burning right next to you. You're fucking starting 8 other fucking fires.
Get the fire put out. Put the fire out.
Tony Khan's a fire department of one, bro. What the fuck are you
don't
talking
put the
about?
fucking fire.
This is not a good look, man. If this was all one big work and like, haha, you guys all got worked, bro. We didn't get worked. You guys in AEW in that locker room,
got worked bad.
You guys look like the assholes.
They got worked
So
bad.
you guys worked yourselves. It does not look good for you to be having this kind of rumors about yourselves when WWE is welcoming everyone with open arms and an open checkbook.
Bro, listen.
You're done.
It's so bizarre, man. Tony Khan is the boy. He could have cut his microphone. Why is he allowing him to bury half of the fucking locker room next to him? He's the world champion. You put a fucking stop to that. Is your world champion?
I watched the fucking scrum like a month ago.
8 people walking out. I mean, I don't get this shit.
It's cold as a motherfucker outside.
About AEW getting CM Punk.
He's their headache now.
They say he's your problem now.
Yeah, they say that shit.
I don't get it, man. Yeah, listen, we talked earlier in the fucking show about when's MJF and CM Punk gonna happen. This shit's happening at Grand. If this is the case, they're getting that title off of CM Punk now.
Wednesday.
Now. Have a mic Grand Slam.
Now they will. Now they go ahead to.
Yeah, if this is all
they go ahead to shit.
Shoot.
It's over there.
I'm taking CM Punk off television.
Get the title off him.
Until we get this shit sorted out. Because I can't afford to have him going out there with a live microphone and doing this shit again. I just can't.
I don't know. Bro, none of this makes... I'm fucking speechless.
That makes no fucking sense,
None of this
bro.
makes sense.
No.
None of it. Why are we on here? Every fucking
makes no fucking sense, man.
None of this makes sense. None of it.
Right. Because it doesn't. I'll be the first to go on record and say I was one of the many that were through the roof when we got
that decision was already been fucking made, bro. It already been made,
It's
bro.
starting to feel like one of those be careful what you ask for type deals.
That's those things. That's one of those things. That part.
Is all a work.
That part. That fucking part, man.
Feel. This is not one of those happy, wow, we got work. The
bitch,
feel and the dynamic of everything going on in AEW right now does not feel good like it used to.
You mean to tell me that you had a whole room of media and not one fucking person asked Tony Khan why he didn't cut CM Punk's microphone off?
He's scared to do it.
Not one person.
He's scared to do it.
This is who they get to go out to this shit. Not one person asked Tony Khan in follow-up why he let CM Punk speak to the locker room that way, sitting right next to him.
Well, the answer would be, because this is a work.
Well, this is my world champion. I gotta let him speak. No.
This is it's all a work basically. Ha ha ha. That's probably how they took it. Oh, yeah, this must be the next storyline they're gonna go with, But then as it went on, and then security's rushing to the back, and now reports of walkouts and everything else, I think it just got out of control really fast.
I don't know.
This is one of those situations, bro. If this comes out to be a bona fide work,
it's one of those situations, man.
Then it didn't work. It just didn't work. This is a very bad look on the company.
It is a terrible look. Tony Khan looks like a fucking geek, bro.
Yeah.
He looks like a pushover.
He looks like his locker room is taking over him. Yes.
You're giving CM Punk the liberty to do and say whatever the fuck he wants, and now you got half the fucking
That's not stupid, dog.
Wanting to walk out.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to believe it's a fucking work. I really do, but Jesus fucking Christ.
Not a good one.
It's a fucking work then.
No.
It's not. It's not fun. It's not cool.
It's not popular.
This is not
it's not
cool.
popular at all. That ain't cool.
This is not fun.
No.
Did he talk about MJF at all in this scrum?
He didn't talk about.
Did he mention MJF coming out wanting the world title? He just won the world title in his hometown, and MJF is now targeting him. Was MJF mentioned? What the fuck is he talking about on the page for?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Did he mention MJF in the scrum?
I didn't call him a dumb fuck or something.
Because
CM Punk called Hangman Page a dumb fuck or something. A fucking dumb fuck.
Should be the first thing on his fucking list. It's MJF. But instead, he comes out and buries Hangman.
He calls Hangman a fucking dumb
Was
fuck.
he even asked the question? Was he asked a question, or did he just take the liberty upon himself to speak?
Why call Hangman Prince a fucking dumb fuck?
At that scrum should have been.
Why call Hangman a fucking dumb fuck? Why call Hangman a fucking dumb fuck?
Colt Cabana. They say
Why?
he called him a prick. So
Colt Cabana? You hate Colt Cabana's guts?
Why are we asking this man about Colt Cabana? Colt Cabana had nothing to do with this show.
He busted him already.
You're headed towards a fucking off-the-rack stadium show with 20,000 people and MJF CM Punk, the biggest world title match that you could possibly do outside the one you got tonight. Yeah. And you're asking this man about fucking Colt Cabana.
They do it so nothing. Yeah. They do it for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people there. This community sickens me to no end. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah,
I was completely on board with the MJF thing being, is it a work? Is it a shoot? Did he leave? Did he get on the plane? Is he here? Who knows? He's back at home now. Like, okay, I can get with this being a big work or even a big shoot that turned.
Well, it could be a work or something.
But I think that's gotten a little out of control. All of your storylines cannot
could have been out of control, bro.
Is it a work? Is it a shoot?
That could have been there.
Is it a shoot? Is it a work? Is it a shoot? That shit gets fucking old. It gets old and it gets ridiculous. And not only that, it starts shit. It starts negative talk.
It starts a firestorm too. It's a fucking firestorm.
Fucking back creatively.
It's a fucking firestorm. Like that.
You need to quit this shit. He has. I don't care if this is a work or a shoot. I'm telling you right now, the appearance is, and to me, perception is reality, and the perception is he has no control of the fucking locker room and CM Punk.
There's no control of that shit
right now.
No
that
fucking
is the
control
of AEW right now.
If this isn't a work, CM Punk needs to drop that title and he needs to be taken off TV, like Jesse said, indefinitely.
Take him off.
And things need to get back to order in that locker.
They already did it already.
Yeah. I don't think
CM Punk
they did that show already. Worth all this headache.
They did that show already.
You're doing nothing but bringing everything down on TV, and everybody's morale down, and nobody's going to want to be there. Now all this headache is starting up. You want to fucking cause all this problem and all this headache.
That's
with
bad,
who is running WWE right now, bro? Half of that locker room would not hesitate.
A fucking media firestorm.
Yeah, and here's a good point. I just saw a super chat that mentioned a match. Here's a good point that makes me believe this is seriously not a fucking work. Is that this much mentioning of Punk and Colt Cabana should lead theoretically to a Punk and Colt Cabana match, right?
Yeah, that's gonna do.
And we know that's not.
That's gonna fucking do that. That's like they wait for that like a month ago for that shit.
Happen. So why are we talking about Colt Cabana? It's not gonna happen.
I don't know.
Ain't got nothing to do with that shit.
So ridiculous.
Ain't got nothing to do with that shit.
No.
Any more news on this, guys? We will follow it up. That's the latest from Fightful. 16 minutes ago, they posted that on Select. And anything comes out between now and when we end this thing tonight, I will let you guys know. Let's keep the show going.
Yeah. There's some shit going on with him. I don't know how did you get there. It comes out with everything. You can go see it, man. It's cool stuff. Let me get off this shit. All right, that's it for videos, you know. Feels so fucking good. I had to come back from Metro and handle that business. Sometimes you gotta handle your business the way you want to handle it. Like a true pioneer should. That's a son of a baker and a stay-at-home mom and a stay-at-home housewife or whatever. I'm learning everything else about people and the innermost fears that they have done. You learn about this shit, and you learn it now and then. Hey,
I mean, the Guardians, hell, the Yankees already beat them. And then the Yankees had to go straight to Houston, Texas. That's what Yankees do. The Yankees had to go straight to Houston, Texas to take on the Astros. The Astros are like a baseball team anyway. See, you can always go after them. They might go continue that fucking game probably tonight or wherever in that week. I might as well check the fucking mini box after I'm done with this shit. Still a part of it, man. We'll still see you on the 23rd for the legacy of Belita Karen Woods. You know what I mean? Born 1948, died in 2012. But still have to go do that. I'm like 4 days away. I'm like 4 days away from her birthday. I'm gonna do a live show on that on Sunday. I'm gonna keep y'all posted when I get up out my bed on Sunday morning. Remind me to do that on Sunday morning. Remind me to get up out my bed on Sunday morning because I'm about to go get up back upstairs and watch some shit on Tubi on my Echo show. I'm about to get the fuck up out of here, man. See you on Sunday.